Hey everybody, how you doing on this kind of gloomy Monday for me? But it's still a beautiful Monday. But how are you doing? So, your sis from the collective is here with another message from Spirit. So, buckle up from now because this is a layered message. All right? And I've been feeling a lot into the collective energy. Whew. And so the message that Spirit has for us all. I'm not exempt, but let's just say I went through my share. But I'll get into that. But the message is that y'all got some shit sitting on your chest that y'all are trying to avoid. And I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, but I do. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we really be prolonging our own agony. But the reason why they're saying that you have some shit sitting on your chest is either because you are struggling with balancing out your priorities, balancing out what is important to you right now. Remember, I was talking about the percentages. What is important to you right now? What do you absolutely need to focus on that you are avoiding? And the other part is that a lot of people don't even have a clue of how to get their life back in balance because they are afraid to look at the very thing that's sitting on their chest that's causing so much agony, so much hurt, so much pain. And I get it. When I first started my healing journey, best believe I ain't want to look at the shit that I thought was going to take me out. Best believe I was just like, nope, let me go find something else to do. Let me go distract myself. Believe me, I know. I allow my ego to tell me all of the things to keep me from really looking at it. And at first I was like, okay, Spirit, you want me to talk about balance? And what exactly though? Because balance is really broad. So what do you want me to tap into that is going to trigger whoever hears this message, whenever you hear this message, in the right way to activate? So, they always use my own experiences. All right, let's get deep. For all of my life, I've been even in my darkest moments, even when I was angry, even when I refused to feel things and refused to cry, I've always been a loving kindred spirit that genuinely loved just helping people, however that was, right? I felt like I made a career. I made a career out of that shit, and not in the best way. Like, I literally would give anything and everything to people. And as I started journeying on in my life, right, I would be getting sick a lot. I would be getting infections a lot, like sinus infections. I had stomach issues. I just had a whole lot of things going on. I was depleted, fatigued. And when I started my journey in 2011, when I moved to DC, I started to get extra curious, right? Even though I was still in the thick of it. But it starts with curiosity first. It starts with you asking yourself the questions of, okay, why is this happening to me? What is going on? And then I started doing investigation. I started to peep into, all right, I'm realizing every time I am overextending myself, giving my last, putting somebody else's needs before my own, having a conversation, or, you know, being around energy that I knew in the pit of my stomach, and you know too, that's why that shit is sitting on your chest, because it's time. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't avoid it anymore. That shit is unbearable. And I was laughing earlier because I was just having a conversation. I had to like kind of rescue my one of my good girlfriends, even in the midst of my own damn healing work and shadow work that I had just got done doing. But sometimes you need those connections in order to further have reflections and confirmations. But also, she was in need, you know, and I had a pretty good shadow work experience for that period of time that I took away for those couple of days. So I felt recharged enough to, you know, follow through. Plus, we had some plans. But anyway, I had to rescue her. And in rescuing her, I don't mean showing up and doing the work for her. I mean, when I say rescue, I'm holding space. I am seeing that a friend of mine is hurting, and I know that she needs some time away from her reality. So let me pull her into my reality of healing, of zen, of tranquility, and allow her to have the space to vent, to feel, to cry, to do whatever it is that she needs to do in order to figure out her to-do list and her action plan on when she, because you got to join back to your damn reality. We would love to just stay in somebody else's reality or in another world, but no, you have to. So in the midst of us talking, I was telling her, because I seen it. I forgot what I said to her. I was sharing something about my experience, but I forgot what I said to her. But whatever I said to her, I instantly seen the trigger on her face, in her body, in her energy. And I was like, oh, you over there feeling like a balled up ass piece of paper now. And then we just, even though she was in the midst of feeling the feels, we both had to just laugh about it, because I know it resonated with her so much. And I know it's going to resonate with so many of you. Right? So I got fucking tired. Okay? I got tired of being tired. I got tired of feeling like, why am I always giving so much energy to people? For whatever reasons, for however long, why? Why am I doing this? Like, I am a good person. I show up for people. I am reliable. I am loving. I am passionate. Like, I didn't understand it, right? So I have always been in a situation where, like I told you before, I had to be my own leader. Like, not because I always wanted to, because best believe I was definitely looking for mentors. I was definitely looking for people who were aligned with what I aspired to either become or I wanted to adopt as a characteristic of mine. You know, I didn't have that. And so, but that was by design, right? I chose a contract where for the earlier portion of my life, I would go through a lot of hard shit, a lot of heavy stuff in order to collect the data that I needed, that I would use in this new chapter that I'm right up on, okay? So when I was talking to my guys and they were explaining this to me, right, there were a lot of times that I would give to people, I would show up for people, I would be there for people, and I never did it expecting anything in return, except for communication, trust, and love, unconditional love. Those were the only things. I never expected, if I gave you something physical, it wasn't like I wanted anything physical back in return. But there were a lot of times, if I'm going to be honest, that I knew it was only a matter of time. And it was almost like I was testing people, and I would give because genuinely I want to give. That's just something I want to do. But I would test people to see, okay, once you get this from me, I want to see how you're going to act. I want to see how you're really going to respond. Are you going to continue on with the same energy? Because I'm saying this to say, and this is what I'm trying to explain it to me explain it to you the way that Spirit explained it to me. Although I could see what Spirit was explaining to me in my own life, I'm trying to relate it to you in a way that you can relate it back to your own life. So, all right, let's see. I'm trying to see if I can give you an example. Okay. I'm laughing because Spirit be saying some funny stuff, though. All right, because the words that they just said was you was on the elimination journey. Like I was on the elimination journey. There are a lot of people, and let me say this too. The other reason why they wanted me to share this information is because, yes, somebody's going to feel like the me in the situation, and they're going to need to act accordingly. And then the other part of that is a lot of energy vampire them. The evil eye, all of that shit is still out there. And for those that are still watching me, that you don't think that I know that you're watching me or talking about me or asking about me, I know it all, but I don't care. I forgive you and I love you anyway, because this all ties into how I really made searching and organizing balance as a priority in my life. It was a pillar. It was a pillar for me. And in doing so, a lot of people did not make the motherfucking cut. And so some of those people who didn't make the cut are still viewing, are still sending that energy. It is what it is, like I'm not tripping off of that. But for those of you who are out of balance and who need to determine what is it going to take for you to really start sitting and making decisions that's going to set you up for the future. You are going to have to sit with that, because right now you're in that energy and it's not going to go away. If anything, it is going to intensify. And Spirit wants you to know that it's okay for you to take that time to figure out what that balance means for you. And the reason why they related to me is because I just recently went on I go into hermit mode, right? Hermit mode is when I go on a retreat by myself. It's something that I started to do a while back. And so as life is lifing, right? I will have, certain tests will come, certain lessons I will have to learn, but it's slight shit. It's not really like a tower moment. But when I either have a tower moment or I can feel a heavy tower moment that's going to cause me to make a major decision in my life that I know is going to make me feel uncomfortable, and what I like to do is romanticize it. And what romanticize it means for me is that I get that a lot of you are afraid of healing or taking your healing even further because you don't want to dredge up any old memories or old experiences that may have hurt you or made you mad or just made you feel, some type of way. But it already happened, right? Like, let's really just call it what it is. It already happened. So now you're just dealing with what happened made you feel. And so back in my journey, my earlier healing journey, what I learned is blocking out the world, blocking out the distractions, and taking that time to sit with myself to really investigate why I was feeling what I was feeling, what it reminded me of, what was the trigger, what was the root. I would take that time. Like I said, if it's the day-to-day, I can do that and continue on with my day-to-day, responsibilities and schedule. But when it's something major, what I like to do is book me a little staycation, either in the same state that I'm in or drive somewhere to the next state. It don't matter, wherever the hell my spirit tell me to go or however I'm feeling, or at the time, whatever my budget can allow. But I'm going to still, it doesn't matter if I'm in a goddamn hotel room or Airbnb or I'm on a fucking island. I'm still going to romanticize it because, number one, I promised myself that I would take my healing seriously, because my first love is my spirituality, and my second love is my self-care and self-development. And then comes anything else that will show up in this 3D world, you know, love, family, things like that. But I find it less scary